In a vision from God, I saw a huge vulture approaching. It swooped down over a church, forcing its claws into the building and ripping it from the ground and up into the sky. Only the lower part, the foundation, was left standing. I saw how people panicked and started to try to climb the rising walls and hold on tightly to anything so as not to lose their church. And all the while the building was lifted higher and higher into the sky. People hung from chandeliers and did the wildest things to hold on. The strange thing was that those who were left on the ground paid no attention to the giant vulture, barely noticing it dragging the church skyward. All they did was remain close to Jesus. They looked at him, their minds never wavering from his presence. All the while, those clinging on to the rising building didn't give Jesus a second thought. It was then I had it. Those who were left on the ground, they were the church in themselves, not the building. I watched as the vulture swooped from church to church, replaying the same scenario over and over again and again and again. I then had a strong realization. What if you lose your own church? What if your titles in the church, your leadership positions, your social fellowships, and every other kind of function were ripped away from you? Would you then cling to the church and the secure surroundings? Or would you cling to Jesus, like the few who are left after the vulture? It was then I realized that a vulture is a scavenger, eating dead animals. Is the church dying, or is it in fact already dead? I think it's time to examine why every single person comes to church. If it's education, that's fine. But what is your purpose in coming to church? Is it to be equipped to get closer to Jesus in your everyday life, as it should be, and to be trained and equipped as a disciple of Christ? Or are you in church because you feel acknowledged? Or is it because you've always been there by tradition? Think about it. Do you want to be in the sky with the church, or on the ground with Jesus?